From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger, and just a quick reminder, we've got a great ticket giveaway here. As you know, the Red Bluff Roundup is next week. We're so excited about it. They're excited about it. You are probably excited about it as well. And I've got 2 free tickets to give away here. And to enter to win, all you got to do is send an email to mkrueger@weathernorcal.com, or just go to weathernorcal.com, click on the contact section. There's a form for you to fill out. All you got to do is just give me your name, and then I will send you a reply to let you know that you have been entered into the contest. Now, the winner will be announced next Wednesday, April 18th on April 16th on Coffee with Krueger. The tickets are for Friday, April 18th. So get your entries in today, so you could possibly win those free tickets. You know, we did see some of the showers and didn't quite see the thunderstorms, but there were certainly some heavier downpours in some areas here, especially around the Anderson, Redding area, and then northward as well. Now you can see some of the rain that we did see as a result didn't amount to much. Now at the Redding airport, yeah, about 700. So there may have been more where you are, depending if you got caught under one of those heavier showers. But there you can see out towards Weaverville. And by the way, this is from the last 2 days. So you can see out along the coast here, not quite an inch in Eureka, but over an inch, about an inch and a half out towards Crescent City. So certainly some good numbers here. We just didn't see as much, especially off to the east. All right, so here's the deal. Drier and warmer for the rest of the week. We still have, especially the northwestern portion of the state, in particular Del Norte County, a chance for showers here for today, then again on Thursday and into Friday. Some of those on Thursday into Friday, by the way, may even make their way into parts of Humboldt County as well. A closer look at that here a little bit later. But we also expect another drop in our temperatures by this weekend. Now, typically with the drop of the temperatures, you see the chance for rain, but that doesn't look to be the case, just a drop in our temperatures. All right, so here's a look at your Krueger's Quickcast for your Tuesday, April 8th. Heading out the door this morning, it's dry. Now, again, there may be some sprinkles for parts of Del Norte County. There may be some patchy fog. And by the way, there may even be some patchy fog for parts of the northern Sacramento Valley as well, around the Redding area, Anderson, and maybe even a little bit south of that as well. It's going to be patchy. We've got to get the calm winds. We've got to get that dew point right where that temperature is as well, but there is that potential, so just be aware of that. But overall, I do expect to still see some clouds out there throughout the day today, and the reason for that is you can see the flow. You see how the flow of all these clouds and activity is just pushing right into the Pacific Northwest and even Northern California. Eventually, though, high pressure down to our south is going to build, and what that will do is push that energy up to our north, and we'll be left with more sunshine as we go into tomorrow and for your Thursday as well. So again, Futurecast, even yesterday, was picking up on that potential for some of that fog out there this morning for parts of the Sacramento Valley, but I think many of the mountain valleys could see some of that fog too. A couple of key factors, again, for that potential for fog is, are the winds going to be calm enough? You got to have those calm winds, and then of course you got to have those clear skies overnight to kind of help to get us to that dew point, that drop that temperature down to the dew point, and then you start seeing that fog develop. So just be aware of that. There may be just enough of that leftover moisture from last night for us to see some of that fog. Otherwise, you can see some of the showers that we will see throughout the day out towards Del Norte County, but that's it. Everyone else is going to be dry. You'll also notice more clouds to the north and west side of the valley, but to the south and east, there's going to be more sunshine there. So Chico, more sun than places like Redding, for example. And then it does start to clear out here for tonight. So here's your Mount Shasta Ski Park report here. You can see the summit depth is about 110 inches. Again, pretty good conditions. You've got not necessarily Bluebird Day because there will be clouds, but the conditions are groomed and rider packed. And the road conditions, obviously all clear on I-5, 89, and even the Ski Park Highway. Temperatures in the low 70s for your daytime highs in the valley. And for the mountains, you're talking temperatures mainly in the 50s and 60s, and looks like in those mid to upper 50s, even around 60 for some of the warmer spots here for the coast. 7-day forecast, you are dry. You're going to see a few clouds coming in on Friday, but notice the temperatures. Upper 70s to around 80 for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's that dip in the temperatures for Saturday, Sunday, but then they go right back up here as we go into Monday. And that's the overall trend for all of Northern California. The coast, I think, if anything, maybe around Thursday into Friday, maybe a chance for a few showers, especially Del Norte County. Slimmer chances as you head south of that, and then it dries out over the weekend and begins to warm up a little bit as well. Siskiyou, Modoc County, the eastern mountains also see the temperatures going up. We drop back down again, but should remain dry over the next 7 days. That's a look at your Krueger's Quickcast. Real quick reminder, there's a 24-hour streaming channel available on all platforms on Weather NorCal. YouTube, wherever YouTube is available, including your smart TV, you can watch it there. You can also watch the latest video forecast on demand on YouTube, also on your big screen TV. Now, if you also have a Fire TV or a Roku, you can watch the 24-hour streaming channel there, weathernorcal.com, and the app. Check it out. So here you go. We again have that main upper level flow of all this energy just pushing right into Northern California. What we've got to do is get high pressure to build in and push that energy to the north, and it looks like that is what's eventually going to happen. So let's take a look at Futurecast. I'm going to show you what we got going on for the next few days. Again, picking up at that potential for some of that patchy fog, maybe for parts of the valley. Showers up to the northwest, so places like Smith River, Crescent City, Gas Key, all seeing that chance for maybe a shower or two or a sprinkle. But that's going to be the extent of it. More clouds to the north and west. Otherwise, more sunshine for the southern end of the valley and in the eastern mountains. Then we go into your Wednesday. You see how that high pressure is starting to settle in? We've got more sunshine in the forecast. Now, there still may be some afternoon clouds developing for some of the higher elevations, especially to the west, but overall, a lot more sunshine for your Wednesday. That'll be the case on Thursday as well. But what's this? We've got another system right here. This is weak, folks. This is that standard system that they're very weak. Hits the coast sees some showers, and at this point doesn't even look to be all that heavy. It breaks apart very quickly once it does hit the coast. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Here's our mid-range forecast. There's that boundary right here. Now you see once it hits the coast, it kind of just breaks apart. Best chances I think will be in northern Humboldt, Del Norte County, maybe even just touching western Siskiyou and northwestern Trinity County as well. But this right here, insignificant. It's nothing to cancel any outdoor plans over. And then we go into Friday, you're looking at dry conditions, and that'll be the case over the weekend as well. So that's what Futurecast is showing here as we go into the next few days. Again, it's mainly to the north and west. You can see that activity here. High pressure, that's what I was talking about. This is building northward. So as a result, taking all that energy, right, and it's pushing it all up to the north. We also see those temperatures increase as well. We're talking some low 80s for your daytime highs in parts of the valley. This cooler air, though, you see this trough? This is actually shifting eastward. A couple of things it will do. Number one, it's going to push the warmer air to our east. Now, typically with these types of systems, you get a little bit of rainfall out of it. That should stay to the north. The main impact for us will be a drop in our temperatures. And really, even as much as a 10-degree drop in many cases here from, say, Friday to Saturday. But then by Sunday into Monday, that pushes to the east. High pressure starts to try to build in here, but we've got another weaker system that could be impacting our weather for early next week. So really, that's going to keep those temperatures fairly status quo. We'll see the temperatures drop with this. They go up a little bit after that, but some cooler air kind of reinforcing behind that is going to keep those temperatures down and not as warm as what we'll see here for the next few days. Now, as a result, the Climate Prediction Center has the warmer air off to the east, cooler air to our north, and we're kind of in that near normal category. And looking at the 10-day trend, all right, so we are near normal, but I still think we'll be above normal here as we take a look at that long range. I mean, the normal high is about 70. We'll be about 5 to even 10 degrees above that. So honestly, what we saw there with the near normal from the Climate Prediction Center, I'd be willing to guess that later today they may bump and put us into that warmer than normal category, because it is going to be warmer than normal taking a look at the longer range. And the longer range is keeping us fairly dry too. We do have the drier than normal conditions, and you know, that's not so great. We'd like to certainly see some rain here through the month. But again, when we look at the health of our lake levels, they're very good. Over 90% capacity out at Lake Shasta, 90% capacity at Lake Oroville, 87%. Still seeing these positive numbers. We're not seeing the lake levels drop. If anything, we're seeing them trickle upward. That is some good news. Hey, kind of a quick reminder here, because as we start talking about lake levels and the amount of rain that we've seen here and the drought monitor, you can see here, quite a drought in the desert Southwest and making its way into parts of Texas as well. And look at this little area of a drought here too. Now, what you'll notice here with that little bit of a drought, we got some winds and very dry conditions there. That is a red flag warning in the fire weather watch because of those gusty winds and the dry conditions. So again, that friendly reminder, and we've seen this over the last several weeks, many parts of the United States have been seeing these red flag warnings because of the high fire danger. Nothing for us just yet, but that will be changing. And again, that's that reminder, defensible space is something you need to make sure you take care of on your property, and any brush removal as well. And if you can't do it yourself, please, I encourage you, especially if it needs to be done, to have someone do it for you, and hire someone to do it if you can. Because again, it's not just protecting you and your family, but it's protecting your neighbors as well. Taking a look at your wave heights, they are dropping a little bit for today, but still high enough that there is a small craft advisory today. But by tomorrow, you can see those wave heights are going to be decreasing. So there's a marine forecast. South winds at 15 to 20 knots. There are your waves, your high and your low tide, and as I mentioned, that small craft advisory here. So here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures low to mid 60s, a little bit cooler out towards Mad River with about 57, high on Palm about 59. Your North Coast neighborhood forecast around 60 for the coast, a little bit warmer inland for Alder Point at about 65, as well as Garberville. Take you up to the north, about 57 degrees for Smith River. These are the areas right here. A chance for a sprinkle or light shower. Everyone else should be looking at dry conditions today. 61 degrees out in Wairika and Gazelle, Etna, 59, 55 degrees for Tennant, and McLeod a high today of about 59 degrees. Take you off in your Modoc County neighborhood forecast. You got 57 degrees for Canby, basically mid to upper 50s for your daytime highs. Dry for the next 7 days. There's that dip in the temperatures over the weekend. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. 66 degrees for Susanville, 61 in Shingletown and Paradise, about 65 degrees. In your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south, low 70s. I do expect more sunshine here to the south here, as you can see here on the 7-day forecast, just a few high clouds and going into Wednesday. But look what happens as we take a look at that 7-day forecast for Chico. Yeah, we're up to 80 degrees for Wednesday, Thursday. And then you can see a drop in our temperatures over the weekend, but still very pleasant. And in the 70s by Monday, upper 70s by Monday. All right, up to the north, what we've got here, and notice for Red Bluff, partly cloudy. I would say we've got partly cloudy skies for Redding, Anderson, Cottonwood. You start heading to Red Bluff, probably going kind of in that transition between the partly cloudy skies and sunny skies. But there's your 7-day forecast for Redding. Sunny skies, though, for your Wednesday. Temperatures upper 70s to about 80 for Wednesday, Thursday. A few more clouds coming in Friday, but sunny skies over the weekend, but cooler. Temperatures low to mid 70s, back in the upper 70s by Monday of next week. That's your morning update. I'll be back again at noon for your latest forecast. Have a great morning.
At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.